This person should not exist. So this is a pen and paper RPG that is based on the Where's Waldo or Where's Wally series of books. So before we get into that, hi, I'm Traben. My channel, Traben's Tomes, primarily deals with book reviews. It's a booktube channel, so usually I'm doing book reviews, I'm doing hauls, I'm doing TBRs, did a manga tournament, that kind of thing. So a lot of reading stuff, but occasionally I like to do these RPG streams, and I try to keep them, at least for the moment, book themed. So yeah, that's why we were playing This Person Should Not Exist, because it deals with a Where's Waldo book. So let's go over the rules real quick so we can talk about what is the idea here. Okay, and they're also on this side of the stream. I can't remember which side it is. I've got like a shortened version above me of what's going to happen on each of these rounds. So the first round, the first thing we have to do each turn is threat location. So we have to find the person who should not exist, which is Wally or Waldo, and we have to circle him, and then we have to write a prayer around that circle in order to sap him of his power. It says we should be okay to look at him directly because it's not the actual entity, it's not the actual person, it's not the actual thing. Then what we have is what's called the elements of or the entities of power triangulation. So we have all these entities of power over here. We've got the skeleton key, we've got the first broken bone, the brute augur, the library of sin, the bleakest eye, and then Eigengrau. This one is Methuselah, and Mirror Mind, and the Weeper. And they are all other entities that exist in this cosmic horror space that we have to find, and then we're going to make triangles out of them. So the 4 other characters down here and the 5 items make 9. So we'll find 3 triangles. Within those triangles, so the third step is the person of interest annotation. So each page has a theme of what we're looking for. So for example, on page 1, I know this is hard to read because it's super tiny on my page here, but this is the first known sighting. We're looking for the founders of our institution and what tragedy did each one suffer on this first page. So we're going to take a little sticky note here, and we're going to write out who this person is and what they're doing, what happened to them, answer that question, and then stick it to the board and indicate which person that we're talking about. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to look for anything that is corrupted. So there are corrupted individuals who look like the person who should not exist, and we have to make the kill signs for them, which means that we are blacking out their faces. This is probably not showing up at all, but we're blacking out their faces in order to say, like, this person should be eliminated. They're already corrupted. We need to get rid of them. So we need to be on the lookout for anyone who looks like Wally or Waldo, the person who should not exist in the lore of this video. So page 1 is going to be kind of a tutorial. I'm hoping we get through the first 6 pages. But that's a little ambitious. We'll see how it goes. It's either going to be the first 6 pages or 2 hours, whichever one happens first. So unless we go through really quick. So the first thing we have to do is we have to find the person who should not exist. And like I said, first page is going to be kind of tutorial-esque because I've been looking at this page a lot as I've been modifying it and doing all these things. And so I've found a lot of the information already on this first page, and so we'll just talk through what a round looks like. So Waldo is up here. The person who should not exist is up here. It might be difficult to see because he's so far up, And I know that's about where the glare is, but we're going to circle him. And we have to put a prayer around him. And it says that the prayers only work once. So I've already used a prayer on the front cover. I used, I pray for your protection from evil, the evil one now. So very straightforward. I can't use I pray for your protection from the evil one now. I have to use some sort of other prayer. So I'm going to write here. I wrote, be my shield against corruption. All right. So now we need to find the other things, the other stuff that's on the page. Let me get this capped. All right, and on one of my streams, I already showed that Mirror Mind is down here. We've got Methuselah here. And up here we have Eigengrau. So they're going to serve as our first triangle. We're gonna link those up to give us an area. Now, I'm not sure if it's better to go ahead and do the point of interest first, or to try to find all the items and then go back and find a point of interest. I think I'm going to start with, let's find the triangles. Let's find all the points of interest, or let's find all the entities of power, and then we can go back and write up the entries afterwards. We also want to keep an eye out for any of the corrupted children. We want to make sure that we're taking care of the children. So right here we've got a corrupted kid. He's peeking out from behind that stone with a dinosaur on it. So we're going to black out his face. He has to be eliminated. He's a danger to himself and others. All right. So like I said, for this one, at least to start, we're going to just go ahead and find the triangles first, and then we'll do all the annotations. So over here we have Weeper's Tail. So I don't know if you remember from the times that you played Where's Wally or Where's Waldo, but you can only ever see the dog's tail. So that's probably gonna be a tricky one. So far I've found that the key is the worst one to try to find. The rules on this first page, because there's bones all over the place. So where's the first broken bone? The rules on the front page let you know that for this page, it's the bone that's closest to Weeper. And so there's one right over here between these two kids' feet. That's going to be the first broken bone. And then up here somewhere, I know somewhere in this area was another one. Oh, here we go. Here is the, what is this one called? The Library of Sin. It's right there. All right, so we'll link those up. Ooh, so I was worried that this might happen. My straight edge is not quite as long as I need it to be. And that's okay. We'll do our best. Welcome in, other viewer. Glad to have you here. We are finding stuff on a Where's Waldo board, but no Where's Waldo book, but in a cosmic horror themed way. So we're still looking for the key, the skeleton key, the brute auger, which is the camera, and the bleakest eye. Again, I was looking at this earlier. The key is so hard because it's tiny. Ah, there it is. Okay. So there's the skeleton key. And then I feel like the other ones were up in this area over here. There's the bleakest eye right there. And then the brute auger is somewhere in here. Again, I want to say it was somewhere in this area. Just like a camera lying on the floor. It's definitely this page. So yeah, these are meant to be items of power for cosmic entities. I'm wearing my my Magnus Archive shirt today because I feel like it. The vibe of that podcast is similar to what we're doing here with these alien powers, these cosmic beings that are invading our world. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Now, the rules did mention that they could potentially be overlapping, and that's fine. But we probably don't want to pick something that is in the we don't necessarily want to pick the ones that are in the overlap area. We'll see. All right. So there is our entities of power triangulation done. Now what we need to do is find a character in each of the zones and talk about how are they a founder of our institution and what tragedy did they suffer. So I like, for this one here, we got a little dog that's teaching these other dogs about dogs. So I like the idea of we can have a dog be one of our founders. So I'm gonna make him one, and we have to figure out like what's a sad thing that happened to him. What's a tragedy that befell this poor dog? Maybe he like gained self-awareness. Oh, also, this particular version of Where's Waldo goes like throughout time. So we're going to start in the caveman days and we're going to get up to like space. So I also think it'll be fun to try to keep a thing going where, like, you know, we're traveling further and further in time to try to stop the person who should not exist. So we're going to have the dog. We got to give him a name. If anyone has suggestions for the name of our dog, leader. One thing I was thinking about doing with these early ones too is potentially, I want to make sure I'm not covering up something else we need to find, but it's just the kids at this point. So, all right. So one of the other things I wanted to potentially do with this is make it like, because we're in the caveman stuff, so have like a complicated, like Garth Rennock, but then he calls himself Garth, and have like a simple last name. But I'm up for suggestions. Sir Woofington III. Okay. I like Sir Woofington. So we'll go with that. I like Sir Woofington. What is... So let me see. So Sir Woofington... And he's going to be... I wanted to give, so it's the founders of the institution, so I wanted to give them all like a specialization. So maybe Sir Woofington could be like our infiltration expert, or our like whatever our spy network, our infiltrators. He's like the leader of that. So so maybe in brackets I can put his title. So he'll be our head of he's going to be the head of the infiltration network. All right. And then what can the tragedy that befell him? He gained sentience, had to grapple with the nature of his own mortality. Oh, okay. Maybe the evil dog had to do with his... Well, it's a tragic... So it's a tragedy that he encountered. So it's not he's not dead in this one, although that will happen, I'm sure. But yeah, maybe Weeper has something to do with it. So yeah, so let's see. Right, and giving sentience by Weeper. Had to watch Pax slowly die and grapple with mortality. Okay. I feel like that's tragic for a dog. Never fit among other dogs again. Ooh, yeah, that's sad. So, that's one down. All right. Now, it does mention in the rulebook that like the tragedy that befalls them on this first page should have something to do with like what's going on in the paper or what's going on the page. So we've got this guy here, and he's doing something where, like, something fell off of the thing that he's holding and stabbed another guy in the neck. So I think this is going to be our guy for this triangle here. We don't have a whole lot of choices for this one. So we're going to have this guy be our next person of interest. He's one of our founders. All right, and again, want to make sure I'm not covering anything up when I put this down. I think it's good here. All right. So yeah, this will be Garthrox, Garth. And then his last name will be Smith, because he was making tools, so he's a smith. He'll be the head of weapons, head of security. Okay, and we're going to say he was compelled by the man who should not exist to partake in a ritual that resulted in his friend's death. So he's there. That's why this hammer is hitting this other guy. All right. This one has another like obvious one that I want I point to right here, but I want to represent, right? We got a dog. Well, he's Sir Woofington, right? So the dog's a boy, and we've got Garth here. I feel like we need some female representation. There's this girl at the entryway here that I kind of like as another one of our founders, and something. This is another one where like a person's teaching something and there's this whole crowd of people. So so I'm gonna say in this scene that's over here, this became like knowledge that was forbidden and too great for the people to comprehend, and so they all like were driven to madness, rushed out, trampled her, and she is paralyzed due to the panic that was induced by being too close to the man who should not exist. But I need a name. It's gonna be tough because I gotta give everyone names, and I'm not very good at that. So let's see, maybe We'll have her be another suitably like. Oh, there goes that. There goes my pin cap. Oh boy. All right. So, Sindara, Cindy, something. I want another like, just like common name. Maybe Woods. Oh, we'll have her be Stone, because she's right next to the stone thing. She will be the institution head. She'll be our number one person. So we answer to her. Trampled by panicked crowd after they were subjected to forbidden knowledge crippled from waist down. So she's like our Professor X. I might pull out, because this is still a little bit thick. This pins is still a little bit thick for writing on the cards. And there's that problem. I might pull out some of my my other pens before we move on to the next page. So we want to double check that there's not someone else here. I think a 0.01 would be fine. Alright, we'll get the 0.2. Yeah. Actually, maybe go a little bit higher than that. Still looks really, really tiny. What do we have here? 1, 8. Maybe. We'll try this out. We'll try my Micron pen. See if that's a little bit better for writing, because I feel like the Sharpie's still a little bit too thick even with this. Alright, we're going to do a quick pass to make sure we didn't miss any kids. Any corruption from the man who should not exist on this page. It's fun because you like the one of the things I like about this is you are basically just doing the Where's Waldo thing. Like, it's all the steps of a Where's Waldo book, but the added layer of you are creating this story of cosmic horror with it. That one up there. Alright, I don't see any other children. Hopefully no one's escaped our notice. The consequences could be dire. Alright, let's go on to page number 2. So now we're in Egypt. This is the mass casualty event number 1. So these are witnesses who survived direct exposure to the man who should not exist. What unique methods did we use to ensure each one remained medically stable? Okay, so let's find the person who should not exist first. Let's see. Where are you? Found one for later. Okay, I found another. I'm finding things that aren't the man who should not exist. Which will make those later steps a little bit faster. Ah, there he is. Man, he's like right out there. No problem. Okay. No fear right here. From this guy. All right. Another prayer to put around him. Can't use the same one, so I gotta come up with some other random prayer. What did I say for the last one? It was fairly generic. Be my shield against corruption. Nope. Is this one okay? Yeah, this one's probably fine. Be as divine armor against my adversary. Make sure I'm trying to get that in frame as best I can with what I've got. Hopefully that's okay. All right, cap that. So I did notice Mirror Mind over here, hanging out behind this part of the pyramid, and Methuselah up here. So we're thinking unique methods to ensure people are medically stable. So I imagine that's going to have like a mental element to it as well. All right. Well, there's this one here. We're going to cross a page. It's going to be rough. Do our best. Okay. And then up here. So they survived direct exposure to him, which seems to suggest that we don't expect that to happen. That if you're exposed to the man who should not exist, that's, fatal in most cases. We should probably take these people in and figure out what was going on. I think that'll hit. Yeah, we're good. It's a little messy, but it'll be okay. And then within here we have the Brute Augur. So just a camera lying on the floor. I can see where they went with, cosmic horror as the theme for Where's Waldo? Because if you think about it, like, This is some weird stuff. How is Waldo showing up in all these places? Why does zaniness always happen around him? And why are there these modern day items everywhere? Okay. So we got Weeper to find. Ooh, that one's not gonna work because that's basically a line. I can't make a triangle with that. Okay. I'm hoping to find something up here or down here. Make a nice triangle. But I will go ahead and circle this one so we don't forget. That's the bleakest eye over there. So yeah, like I just, the concept of this, I love cosmic horror. I love the idea of creating a narrative around something that's so silly, but also the ability to create a story and like have control over the story. Is that going to be decent enough? We can get some people out of that one, and I'm not sure how the rest of this is going to work out. So I just worry if we do this one, then like the other ones will be a line just like this was, and it won't work out. But we're just going to go with it. Get another one on here. We'll try to keep it as wide as we can. There's that. Oh, didn't quite line it up there. There we go. I'm gonna go across like this. Alright. Let's get it all the way over as far as possible. Again, I'm going to try to make it as high as I can so that we've got options when it comes to picking a character for this bit. Oop. And there we go. Bleeds a little bit if I'm not careful. Alrighty. Yeah. Stressing you out, finding it drawing the lines before I find them. Yeah, considering that one was in a line, this might not be our best. This might not be the best approach, in all honesty. So what are we still looking for? We still need Weeper, and we still need the key again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so like the dog's tail and a key. And next page, oh goodness. Okay, because there's the dog's tail. There it is right there. So now we need to find the key. Next page, I think we'll find all the points, and then we'll make our triangles. Because that one that was in a line does have me a little bit worried. Yeah, and I do like the idea of turning something mundane into something scary. I swear this key is going to be the thing that just wrecks me every page. It's so tiny. And it could be anywhere. I was talking just a little while ago with my wife about, she was saying like it's wild that this is for kids. Like grown adults are having difficulty finding these items. All right, I'm just gonna start. I need to just start on one side and try to like just methodically go through and try to find it. I have a feeling it's just going to be like on the floor too. And I guess while I'm doing this, I could be looking for corrupted kids. All right, I'm not seeing either. So, man, I don't know what to do. It's like we could start writing out our thoughts, could start writing out our things, but then if I put them over, like what if I cover it? That'd be really bad. Man. I'm just not seeing it. Tiny, tiny key. All right, we'll just have to be really careful that we're not covering it up. We'll have to like really check and see. Could it be like on somebody? Maybe someone has it like on their hip or something? Or like holding it? I don't know. This is rough. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to find some people to go ahead and start tagging. I also don't see any kids on the page, so I know I'm missing something, because like there's almost certainly a child on here. There's 25 of them in the book, and I'm just not seeing them. So, all right, we're gonna pick a couple of people and decide. So, witnesses who survived direct exposure, and then what method did we use to keep them medically stable? So we've got this group of guys here who are pulling this picture. Got these two guys like pulling in opposite directions. I feel like this one it's not supposed to necessarily relate to what's going on, but they're shooting the little arrow. Unlike the last page. The last page said it was supposed to be for... It's supposed to be based on what's happening in the actual photo. What's happening in the actual picture. So we're going to say this guy right here survived direct exposure. We're going to put the thing over here, and before we do, we're going to check this specific area to make extra sure that there's not a kid or a key right here. It would be right next to the bone, so that seems unlikely. All right. I'm fairly confident that I can cover this up and we'll be okay. Looking. Okay, I'm not seeing the key, so we're going to put this right here. All right. Should we give witnesses names? I guess is a question. Do witnesses get names, or do we just say like victim number 1, victim number 2. While you're pondering that, I'm going to continue looking for this key. So you would think there'd be something away from this area. This seems very heavy with items. But what do I know about making Where's Waldo books? Okay. All right. Still not seeing a key. Did another look around, did another glance around. Not seeing it. Gonna go and write up this person. We'll give them a name. Will we give them a name? We're gonna call this one Akhenaten. Let's see. So one thing I like, one idea I like about one thing I enjoy about this deprogramming thing. I saw something in World Tree, a book I read recently, where they had to expose someone to happy, pleasant images after they witnessed horrific images. So we'll say that we had to. So if with Akhenaten, he was subjected to 8 hours of pleasant images and calming music to bring his mind back from the brink. To bring his mind back from the brink of insanity. Subjected to 8 hours of aesthetically pleasing images and calming music to bring mind back from the brink of insanity. All right, that's one down. We got this triangle here. I like these two guys who are trying to pull this cart in opposite directions. We're going to take this one. He's going to be our person of interest. He's going to have survived because he wasn't looking directly at the person who should not exist. Right? He is looking the other direction, so that's what spares him. But we'll put this up here and make sure before we do that there's nothing up here. Double and triple checking. There's no key. There's no person up here. How evil would it be if it was in the gap, in this margin right here, and that's something you had to find. All right. On this one, Tut. Let's see. We have to have unique methods. So maybe he was like when you come up from extreme depths, like you have to be put into a hyperbolic chamber, right? So maybe his body was, maybe something happened with his body where it was like experiencing the pressures of being underwater, and so we had to put him into a hyperbolic chamber for an extended regiment of this of being in the hyperbolic chamber to bring his body back to normal to save him. Oh my god, I found the key. Exciting day. Great news, guys. There it is. Right there. Awesome. We can draw that last triangle. All right. So, extensive rounds in hyperbolic chamber to mend body suffering from acute and rapid pressure changes. So yeah, somehow his body was like just experiencing all these forces, and we had to get him into a chamber. So we've got 1, 2. Where's this? 3. Okay. Okay. All right. This will be easy right here. And then bring this over. Goes like straight through another one. But that's okay for now. I do think that next page we are going to try finding them first. Then we'll make our triangles. This page looks so incredibly busy because there's so much overlap. I don't know if that was avoidable or not. I don't really feel like it super was. All right, now we got straight shot there. Have an idea for the last person too, where maybe they're going to be put into a sensory deprivation tank because their body is just like reacting overly sensitive to stimuli. So this person right here, maybe that's drinking this potion, or drinking this, they're drinking water, right? But in our thing, it's really something that does something internally with them. All right, so we're gonna put this person right here. This is our last person of interest right there. This will be Cleo. I'm pretty sure this is a woman. So, okay. Before I put this down, there's not a kid here. There's no way that there's not a corrupted child on this page. There's 25 of them. So there's no way that they went a whole page without having any oh, I didn't draw my lines. That's okay. I'll do it after. All right. Alternated between sensory deprivation tank and ice bath to address bodies write it the correct way. Bodies hypersensitivity to stimuli. All right. My mystical senses tell me there are no corrected in this scene. Okay. Well, then I won't bother looking. I have not found any, so I'm perfectly fine with, like, maybe I'll go back and see if there are any. Put that person there. That one right there. And this one is over here. All right, that's our second one done. Mass casualty event. A lot of these, just a whole bunch of these people died, and these are the ones that we had survive, and we had to take them and do extreme things just to keep their sanity intact. All right, let me get this. I'm about to immediately take it back down, but I felt like when I was testing earlier, that was like the best place for it to be. Okay. All right, now we're on to 3. We're halfway down, and we're halfway through our time, so hopefully we can get to 6. That's my goal. All right, unwitting human accomplices to the man who should not exist. So these are unwitting. They don't mean to help him, but they are helping in some way. What unusual but harmless action did they believe they were taking during the ritual? So a ritual is happening in this scene, and these people are doing something that they think is everyday and humdrum, but is actually helping the man who should not exist. Child, I'm sorry. It's just my job. You're a danger to those around you. I also caught Eigengrau over here. So I don't want to risk that I find one and then can't find it later. Oh my goodness, look at him. He's just out there like nothing. Finding Waldo is like the easiest thing in this Waldo book. All right. Oh, I should not use that. I need to use a Sharpie when I'm writing on the book. All right. When I'm writing directly on the book. Okay, another prayer for warding off the man who should not exist. Maybe something about like an aura. Had to go for a second round there. Had to go for a second spin around the man who should not exist. Grant me a safe refuge from those who would do me harm. Or from those who wish me harm. Alright. Let's continue looking for all these crazy people. I think I found the brute augur. Right there. Alright. Oh, there's the key. Thank God. I'm happy I found that key. Because last page, if last page taught us anything, it's that key is going to be my downfall. Quick key is what we want. It's like speedrunning strats. Oh, another child. I'm sorry, child. The man who should not exist has gotten his hooks in you. All right. Ooh, maybe in the crowd somewhere? Maybe something or someone in the crowd? I could see that. However, I don't see that. I could see it, but I don't see it. Alright, how many have we found so far? Just the 3, I think. So we've got a lot. We got a while to go. Let's look over here. Got anything going on over here? What about in the upper area? Like this corner? I don't want to miss because they're up like on the top. Okay, I don't see anybody up there either. So it's all going to be in this like pit. So this is oh, by the way, this is ritual observation 1. So we've observed this ritual that he was conducting. Probably something to do with pitting all these individuals against each other. You see the wizard? Okay. Help me out? Help me? Oh, goodness. You see Methuselah. Where's Methuselah? Goodness. I'm not doing well on this one. Like, I was so happy to find the key, and now it's just like I can't find anything. Alright, time for like the methodical... Okay, so he's above him? Oh, he's right there. Okay. Very nice catch. Alright, there's Methuselah. Alright, let's look around. Let's go from one side to the other. Oh. Mirror Mind was up there. There was one up in the crowd. Okay. So we need the Library of Sin. Oh, there's Weeper. So we need Library of Sin, the First Broken Bone, and the Bleakest Eye. No, we found the Bleakest Eye. No, isn't it the Bleakest Eye? It goes. Yeah, the Bleakest Eye is the binoculars. So we need to find the Bleakest Eye. So 3 left, right? Oh, there's the Bleakest Eye. Alright, so just the First Broken Bone and the Library of Sin, I think, are the only ones we have left. So it's the scroll and the bone. Okay. Scroll and bone. And then we have to decide how we're going to do our triangles. And that bone is also fairly tiny, but it has not been as difficult to find in the last couple of pages. You got to be thinking about what mundane things. These people are not doing mundane things. They're fighting each other. There's the book. I know he's dropping a book in every page too, but that's not one of the things we're supposed to look for necessarily. All right. This-ish area. Maybe. Again, I really hope that they had the forethought not to put anything like right dead center where there's the bend, because it'd be really hard to see. All right. We say scroll and bone. Scroll and bone. I'm looking up at the top again because they very well could have put one of those up there. There's a bunch of empty spaces because these lions are coming up here. There's a paper up there, but it's not the scroll. Okay. See, this is my worst fear. Is it's gonna take forever to find these, and if you're just doing a solo like on your own, it's not a big deal. But when you're live streaming, you're gonna put it up on your channel, then it becomes a problem because you're just like not doing anything. All right. I also have to say this light is like super hot. So, oh, I found the bone. Okay, there's the first bone, the first broken bone. So that just leaves the Library of Sin. Just got to find that scroll. And we will start making these triangles. Start triangulating to find our person of interest. It's got a little red. It's got a little red thing on it. See, it would be clever to put it over here. Oh, I say, and it's like right there. Be clever to put it here. Oh, it is there. Interesting. Okay, so I'm seeing like this one over here is pretty easy, and then this one here. Did I miss? Have I missed one? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I not get one? Oh no, the key's down here. 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, maybe I did. What am I missing? All right, got the key, got the bone, got the camera. Key, bone, camera, binoculars. No, we got we have everything. We have them all. I'm just blind. All right. So I like this one here. And then this one I think needs to go with her. And then maybe go down to this one. And that leaves us with this. That's a tighter one, but we can work with it. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't find them, and then when I have all of them, I can't see that I have all of them. What am I doing? All right. Let's make some connections. There we go. And that's gonna barely line up. Okay. And then right there. one triangle. We'll go ahead and do this one over here because it's easy. So I'm curious where the rest of these entities factor into the lore, because it's always about the man who should not exist. Yeah, we're not going to have a whole lot of choice here, but there'll be a couple of things. There'll be a couple of people we can do. And then here, let's get this one. Hopefully that is close enough that I can fudge it. Yeah, that's what a triangle looks like. And then here, about there-ish. All right, get into that gap, get out of that gap, hit the camera, at least this one's straight. Alrighty. Let's find some people and talk about what they're doing. They're doing just normal, everyday things, but they're really not. They're really helping with the ritual. All right, over here, we've got this dude that's just kind of running with a stick. That's broken. We got a guy throwing a net. We've got a guy just walking. We've got these two guys who are buried in the dirt because they've been run over by the chariots. All right, we've got these guys here. What unusual but harmless action did they believe they were taking during the ritual? So I'm going to put this guy here because he's protecting his friend from a tiger. It's not unusual but harmless. That's so wild to do in a book where we've got like all these people with all this nonsense. Unusual but harmless. Okay, we're gonna get this guy because he's doing the most like harmless thing in here so far that I can see, in that he has a stick. There's a trident that is broken off here. So he thought that he was just like running with a stick, but what he's actually doing is that's part of the man who should not exist's staff. Sure. And he didn't break it, he restored it. He's actually wielding an item of power. He doesn't even know it. All right, unwilling human accomplices to... So this is... I don't know Roman, ancient Roman names. So this is Bronx. All right. He believed he had snapped a trident but had actually restored an item of power for the man who should not exist. So is the item of power the stick, or is the item of power the trident they left behind? I like it that it's Spartacus Maximus. Yes, okay. Good, I've got ones for later. I need to be better about reading the chat as I go on. Those are, in fact, gladiatorial names. So I'm actually going to circle this as well, because this is now a part of our lore. This is some item of power that the man who should not exist needed. Believed he had snapped a trident, but it actually restored an item of power for the man who should not exist, bringing the ritual one step closer to fruition. All right, here. Mundane thing. Okay, this guy's filling up a water. This guy's filling up water for one of the lions. So this guy thought he was just pouring water, but it's actually going to be something that's going to, bring the lions into a frenzy. Oh, well, it's too late now. Boop, boop, boop. We'll just take the thing. We'll go like this. Like it never even happened. All right. So this is Maximus. Filled up dish with water. But unwittingly exposed lions to a chemical concoction that drove them to madness, attacking nearby with attacking nearby people with an unnatural ferocity. Alright, shouldn't have done that. Alright, and in this one... Oh, we don't have a whole lot of people. I kind of like this dude over here. I know he's on like the very edge of our triangle. There's also this guy who's giving the thumbs down. Maybe that's some sort of gesture for the... Alright, so there's our person of interest. He's giving the thumbs down. He thinks it's just a thumbs down, right? Like, oh, should I end this guy? But really, it's part of an elaborate choose a horse. that was a consideration to choose a horse. Oh, this can get so silly. This can get so silly. I like this a lot. The farther we get in here, it's like, oh yeah, there's like a mass killing, and there's puppies, and there's kitties that you can make your person of interest. All right, so this is gonna be, we did Maximus, we'll do Spartacus. All right, he gave the thumbs down. Not realizing it was actually it was the final signal in a complicated series. That brought onlookers under the man who should not exist control. So this whole section of people over here is corrupted. All right, now this is like a addendum. This is part of the addendum thing. It's not really part of the game per se, because like we're supposed to find the kids who have been corrupted and do the black on the thing. They said if there's a larger area, you make a little kill box. But since our lore is that anybody looking at him is now under the man who should not exist control, I'm going to go ahead and do that here, because I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of opportunity in this particular book to do that. So right here in this corner, I'm afraid all these people have been irrevocably corrupted. Oh goodness. It bleeds real bad against the against here, so maybe I won't use it. Yeah, how about that? And we're going to just go ahead and say all these people have to be eliminated. All right, That's one more page. One more page done. It took about half an hour. All right. I was hoping, like I said, I was hoping to get to 6, but I don't know. We'll see. All right. Next page is the mass casualty event number 2. So the last mass casualty event we had survivors. How did we finally... Okay. These are witnesses who would later attempt to breach our veil of secrecy around the man who should not exist. And how did we silence each one? So let's get to finding. There's Eigengrau. There's the Bleak Augur. There's the First Broken Bone. I know Waldo's just going to be like hanging out with a whole stack of books because he has not been hiding very well. Here's a child. Unfortunately, he's been corrupted. So there we go. We've done our duty. Mirror Mind's on this boat. Curious. Wonder what they're doing. All right, I'm going to take a look at this page. Oh, there he is. There's the man who should not exist. Another prayer. So, let's see here. We're going to say be as a fortress be as a fortress protecting me against my foe's army is the prayer I put around there, because now he's starting to gain some measure of control. I'm concerned that he is where this is heading. All right, let's continue to look. There's the Bleakest Eye right there. We've got another child right there. Another corrupted child. I think there's more. You know, there's 2. Oh, there's another one. I think they're getting more. This is happening more and more often. We're losing our grip. We're losing our position. Methuselah's right here. All right. How many have we got so far? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 3 left. Oh, there's the what is it? The corrupted library? Library of Sin. Close enough. All right. So what do we have left? Oh, we've got Weeper. Still have to find Weeper. And there's one item we don't have yet, which is the camera. Oh no, this is the Bleakest Eye. The camera is the Brute Augur. So we need the camera and we need Weeper. There's a dog tail sticking out somewhere. All right. Where did you go? Do. That's cool. This guy's cutting 3 spears all at once. I feel like you can't put Weeper too far in the background because you're just looking for the tail. So I don't think he's going to be like out on a ship or something like that. But that's just what they want me to think. Every page there's going to be another one, right? We'll be like, oh, the key was so hard to find on this page. Oh no, we found the bleakest eye. So we're missing the key and the tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's the key and the dog's tail. Weeper and the skeleton key. Well, again, I don't feel like the skeleton key can be put that far into the background because it's tiny. I also feel like so far they've been pretty fair in keeping it into like a field where it's easier to see, even if it's like between people. Oh my god, another kid, another poor soul corrupted by the man who should not exist. Oh, there's Weeper. All right, so we just have to find the key. Okay, so at least it is consistently the key. That is the one that is rough to find. There it is. Okay. All right. So got a couple of options here. This is bad. This is not a good option. This is fine. This is fine, but that would make this one like huge. I don't know if I have another option though, because if I don't do, then either this one's super narrow. This one hardly has anybody in it if I do it this way. I could do like here and then here and then here, but that's going to make this one really shallow, but it's wider. So that might be the best option. That might be the best option. Okay, let's do that. Let's do It's like, how's that gonna look? Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so we'll do these 3 right here. No, these 3. Okay. Because this one, no, there's still people in there. Sure. Okay, we'll do these 3 together. A fairly tight one. Oh my goodness. Get that. All right, and this one up here. And then this one, which is shallow, but it's wide, so it should have some individuals to choose from. We're gonna try to go high up on these, so we've got a decent triangle to work with. All right, and that's was not high up on that one. All right, but we've got 3 triangles. We can get people. All right. How did we finally silence each one? Later attempt to breach our veil of secrecy. All right. All right, we'll put this guy right here. He's kind of center in this one. So this will be Leaf. So let's see. So I'm going to say forced to publicly renounce statements. Renounce his statements before being beheaded by Garth personally. So our head of security had to get involved and silence this man after intimidating him into publicly renouncing his statements. All right. Let's see. Garth tends not to mess around. Yeah, I mean, you can't with this. We're talking about the security of the entire universe. This person looks like they're wearing modern day clothes. They don't look like they belong in this time period, and that might just be a incident of the way it's drawn, but maybe I can use that. I like them as a person of interest. All right, so this is gonna be Sam Elliott. It's gonna have to go up here, I think. Double check that there's nothing of interest up here. No other corrupted children. We'll go right there. All right. Time traveler. Who sought to deliver information on the man who should not exist into the past you want to talk about not messing around. Give me a second here. What was her name? Cindy? I think it was Cindy. Yeah. Okay. Time traveler who sought to deliver information on the man who should not exist into the past, flung into the far future and stranded at the heat death of the universe by Cindy. Yeah. We silenced him forever. You're not coming back from that. Just love that it allows me to do this. This is so... You can write whatever you want. You can make this story as funny or as brutal or as ridiculous as you want. And I want to fling someone into the heat death of the universe. Because why not? All right. Oh, this person looks distressed. Like something's about to happen to them. Now, we've brought in Garth and we've brought in Cindy. What could Sir Woofington do to this poor soul to silence them forever? He's supposed to be like our infiltration experts. Okay, not covering up something important. Oh, I need another, like, Norsey name. I know, like, a lot of Norse gods' names, but not a lot of, like, just Norse, like, just people names. You just be Eric, like Eric the Red. Lectures them about mortality until they go crazy. So yeah, this will be Eric. With a K. Yeah, I like the idea. I do like the idea of like driving this person crazy because they already look a little bit like paranoid, and I feel like Sir Woofington could do something with like the idea of like, you know, he's a dog that talks. So driven mad. Driven mad by the collective efforts of Sir Woofington. And his his psyop. His psyop pack. Reduced to gibbering madman who no one believes. So he might still be... Listen. They still look out of context paranoid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they got this spear going for him. You know, so in the wider context, they have every reason to be afraid. But in our context, they're afraid because they've been... It's already started. The psyop's already started. All right. I believe we got everything on this page. We had a lot of kids on this page. A lot of corrupted individuals had to die for the greater good. All right. All right, so now we've got ritual observation number 2. So it's our second ritual observation. I would really like to get to page 6 because it kind of wraps up the first arc. So in this one, we're looking for people who have only been seen in recorded media since this date. Where was each person last seen and what were they doing? All right, there's the man who should not exist. So we're going to push it a little bit past 2 hours, but we should be okay. Hopefully. If my camera just suddenly dies, that's why. All right. So here... Well, while I'm doing this, there's another girl here. Well, I'm considering my prayer. No, I can't write with this one. That's gonna bleed all over the place. Hopefully not too bad. Be my refuge and safe haven. Against madness. All right, let's do it. Let's find some. Let's find some entities of power. We got Mirror Mind right here, just hanging out. We've got Weeper behind the catapults. We've got Library of Sin right there. Also want to be on the lookout for corrupted kids. Why is it always the kids? Why is it always the children? Men who should not exist. Why do you force me to do this? Alright, there's the Bleak Augur. I'm convinced this key is going to be in this foreground area. There's the first broken bone. There's no way they put this key, like, up in this castle. Absolutely not. It is a mess up there. I don't want to even look up there. Oh, goodness. There's so much going on. Eigengrau. Right there. The Bleakest Eye. All right, how many do I got so far? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6? Man, I felt like I had more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so the key, obviously, and then Methuselah, the wizard. Wizard I could see being up in here. He could hide out among these people easily. Makes less sense for him to be down here. Makes much more sense for him to be up here, given his color scheme. You know, I remember books where, like, you could only see his staff. And that just seems super rude. Having, you know, doing this and knowing how difficult this is for me. The idea that there are books out there where it's just like, oh yeah, just look for like the crook of the top of his staff. All right, if he's down here, like, how have I missed him? What? Like, I really feel like he should be in here, right? Because the colors would disorient. She's there, or it's there. Not going to assume Miramind's gender. Maybe it's beyond such concepts. There he is. Oh, I knew it. All right, now key. I'm kind of glad though that it's always the same one, that it's not like jumping around, because I was getting a little bit frustrated with the first few pages, feeling like, oh yeah, I got this one super easy, and then like, but now it's this one that's giving me trouble. But yeah, it's the key again, right? I got the bone, got the scroll. Here's a key, but I don't believe it's the key, because the key is normally very, very tiny. Yeah, that's a different key, trying to trip me up. All right. Again, I feel like with the bone and the key, you generally would not put them way up, like in the background, because they're so small. But all of these items are small. Like, yeah, I feel like here, maybe. Or if it is up here, it would be maybe along this floor here, or this floor here. I don't think it's going to be up like in here. So this floor, I'm not seeing it. I see the book. There's a book there. It's not in the courtyard. Okay, that one was there. Where's the blasted key? Look it up and give me some guidance. No, not yet. I'm not at that point yet. I'll say go ahead and like look it up and then just like be on standby. Because I want to give it a little more time. Man. We'll see how they're looking this time with the different triangles we're having to make. Yeah, if you have any insight, I'll go ahead and take it. Because this is like my third time going through and I'm not seeing it. Maybe on a ledge? The ledge of a window? No, that would have been clever. Man. Lower half of the right-hand page. All right, lower half. Lower half. Is it still like on the floor? Or is it on something else? Okay. Focus, focus. Oh my gosh, okay. So tiny. Jeez. Alright, well there it is though. Okay. So yeah. Alright. What are gonna make good triangles? I think I got an idea. So we'll do this one. This one will be okay. We'll have a couple of people we can do in here. And like the prompt for this one could really be anybody, so because they've only been seen in media sense. All right, this one over here, we'll do those three and then these three. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. I definitely think finding and then making the triangles is the way to go, because I so worry looking at some of these locations that we could have gotten locked into ones where they're all in like a straight line. And then here, it's not quite going to overlap, but it's going to be pretty close. So the person who should not exist has locked these people into close enough. Has locked these people into recorded media. All right, so we're gonna have this guy right here, I think, be our person of interest for this one, just because he's the most prominent in that circle. We don't know who he is though, because we can't see his face. So we're gonna put some question marks. We don't know who he is. Only been seen in recorded media. Where was each person last seen? Drawn different triangles, so would have had wildly different choices. Yeah, that's true. That is something to consider. All right. So. Where was each person last seen? What were they doing? Spotted in the background of the what year was that? Hold on, I gotta do a bit of just a quick bit of sleuthing. I gotta know the let's see. Okay, see a spot in the background of the 1971 Roman Polanski Macbeth. Course side of the WNBA screaming for 30 seconds. That's going to be our next one for sure. The 1971 Roman Polanski Macbeth film. Face has never been seen. Because he's just walking. Let's see here. Which kind of I want here? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, you want screaming for 30 seconds? Okay. This guy right here, who's being doused in what appears to be like hot oil. He's going to be our the ringside WNBA. I like that one a lot. Courtside. That's not the one I want to use. So many pens. Last seen courtside at a WNBA quarterfinal matchup. Screams for 30 seconds, then disappears. Then disappears as camera pans away. All right. Oh my goodness. Dropped it again. Oh well. I'm gonna have to go retrieve that later because I cannot see down there right now. Just have to be careful. All right. This laughing person right here. Find the correct pen to write with. All right, again, no corrupted individuals there, so we can write right there. I want him to be... So they've only been seen in recorded media. Okay. So last seen... Oh my goodness. Okay. What was that show? This is fun because I get to put in, like, you know, ridiculous things. Okay, yeah. All right, I found it. All right. Last seen in a crowd shot of MTV's Singled Out. Laughs while looking directly in the camera. All right, there we go. There's our ritual observation 2. So now we get to the last page we're going to do for today, which is halfway through the book. This is Halted Ritual number 1. So these are agents of ours that were given posthumous awards and absentia for acts of bravery during this operation. So we halted a ritual this time, and these are some of our agents who we had to award after their deaths. Reflect my enemy's attacks upon them. Alright. I'm going to try to work quick because I know that I don't have a lot of time. But I wanted to get to this one because it is, like I said, it's the halfway point. It is a fun one, I think, of like, we halted a ritual. That's cool. He tried to go for another ritual, and this time we actually stopped him. So, oh, they're clustered together in this one. There's a kid. There's another kid. Too many children on this one. How many lives have to be lost? When will it be enough? Oh my god, the key is going to be insane on this one. I can already tell. Because there's all these rocks on the floor. Another corrupted child. I don't feel like we've gotten anything up above, like, anywhere near the midpoint. So. I'm looking up at the top. See if there's anything up there. So we're clustered down at the bottom. Something fierce. Mirror Mind is usually just peeking out behind something else. Like one of the kids. generally. Man, I felt like I was like knocking these down like real quick, and now I feel like I'm getting nothing. Man. Oh, okay, there she is. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 more. We got the binoculars, the key, and Weeper. No, we got Weeper. Binoculars, the key, and the bone. Binoculars, key, and bone. I'm sure, like, when I post this, if there's someone's watching, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's so obvious. How can you not see it?" I'm sorry. Binoculars, key, and bone. And again, there's not. You're telling me there's nothing up at the top. At least if the one camera cuts out, I can still like do an outro with the other one. So not quite as calamitous if it happened in the previous ones. Okay. Come on. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Just as a help to make sure that we can get through this last one. Man. Found all the people. Binoculars, bone, key. Binoculars, bone, and key. The bone's near Weeper. Oh, yep, it's right there. Again, that blends in so well with the rock. So then just the binoculars and the key. Oh, I found the key. Haha. Found it before I got the hint. So now just binoculars. Oh, and I found the binoculars. Yes, I feel accomplished. Okay, this is way too close together. I don't like that. So I think we're going to do like several overlapping ones. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go why couldn't we retrieve their bodies is the question we're supposed to answer. I kind of missed that. Okay, I like... Yeah, we could do that. That's probably fine. We'd probably have other stuff to do. So let's do it like that. Haha, I already found them. I was too fast. All right, so we're getting our triangles. We're triangulating. All right. All right, we're gonna have this guy be our person of interest here. This will be, let's call him Greg. I have a Greg already. I have a Garth. Liam. I like Liam. We'll do Liam. All right, agents given posthumous awards and absentia for acts of bravery during this operation. So what could he do? So he made direct contact with Mirror Mind. In a bid to halt the ritual. Mirror Mind granted the request. At the cost of fracturing his consciousness across dimensions. So like his entire being is just like his entire being is just like shattered. So his body no longer exists to retrieve. Let's see here. Who do I want from this one? They all look so like sad or angry. This guy looks normal-ish. We'll have this girl. We haven't had a female person of interest in a bit, so again, making sure I'm not covering up any extra information. This is Elizabeth Waller. What did she do? What's her deal? Why couldn't we find the body? Oh, there's one of the kids over here, so maybe she tried to sacrifice herself to postpone the corruption of a child mind was altered as a servant of the man who should not exist and had to be eliminated in the kid's stead, the child's stead. Unfortunately, that means that she is marked for elimination. All right, last one. Let's see. Kind of like this guy that's just like looking forward and looking like he's completely lost. Make sure I'm not covering anything. All right. This is Harold. Stadelmeyer. What happened to him? We've had someone broken up through time and space. We've had someone who we had to kill because they became corrupted. So we're gonna do another callback. He retrieved the lance of Longinus. We're gonna say what that trident was. Well, we'll give it a name. He retrieved the trident of Trogmir before its power could feed into the ritual. Exposure to the artifact resulted in rapid aging and deterioration of his body. That's why he looks like an old man. He's actually like a strong, strapping, turned into 1,000 moths. We're keeping that in our back pocket. We're keeping that in our back pocket because there's another one of these that we have to... I think there's another cycle where we have to halt a ritual. So... Yes, Trogmire was burninating in the countryside. I figured someone would say something like that. Trogmire! I just wanted it to be alliterative. All the coolest things are alliterative. So yeah, okay, so I want to say halfway through, just to give like my overall thoughts on the game so far, and we'll come back for a part 2 in a couple of weeks. But what I'm already loving about it is, again, having this artifact of a book. Like, this is my book. This is my "this person should not exist" experience, and it's going to be something completely different than anybody else's. Even as was pointed out in the comments, like, even if you use the same book and you start at the same place, you might make different triangles. You might choose different people to be your person of interest, and therefore the story will change. What I really like about this, that I was not necessarily foreseeing but thought might be a possibility, is the emergent storytelling. So you have something happen in page 2 or page 1, like, here are our founders. Okay, now we've got those characters. Let's say later on that they play some vital role in something that happens later, right? Oh, there was this, like, trident point, and I said that, oh, that's an item of power now, and so I want to bring it back in later on to continue telling a story. And I think that's really cool and really fun. So I would say this is a good one if you are just a fan of Where's Waldo or Where's Wally, and you want to do the same thing as an adult and have a little bit more of experience with it, rather than it just being a straightforward finding things book. This is a great book for you. This is a great game for you. If you are someone who enjoys the idea of, like, cosmic horror, and you want to tell a story when given some framework, right? When you're given some idea of, like, where the story's heading and how it works, how it operates, and you get to create the story as you play, it's a great game for that as well. Okay. We also had the idea of, like, people who get corrupted get eliminated, and so far it's just been the kids that we found, but this person stepped in the way, so now they have to be eliminated. So you can build off of the elements of the story. So I found this game. I will link to where you can buy this game in the description below. I can't quite remember where I picked it up from, if it was Drive-Thru RPG or another website, but I do know it is pay what you want to pick it up, and the link will be in the description when the VOD goes up, so I would check that out. I might still have open, actually, the web page that had it. Let me look and see. Here we go. Okay, so I found this on there's a website for it. speakthisky.itch.io/this person should not exist, with hyphens between the title. And again, it's a mini zine game. You pay what you want. Name your own price, and you can download it, and then you can print it up, and it's got instructions on how to fold up the printout to make yourself this little handbook that goes through all the different rules, gives you an overview of, like, the world. It's very open-ended, though. There's not a whole lot of world building, because you get to decide what are the entities of power. You get to decide how you tell the story, and I think that's a really cool element of it. But again, we'll have the link in the description of the VOD if you are interested in picking up the game. I paid $5, but again, it's pay what you want. Do, like, whatever you think it's worth. Definitely got $5 worth of entertainment out of it for sure. And again, like, ultimately we are just playing Where's Waldo or Where's Wally, but having the storytelling that goes along with it has been really fun. So once again, thank you for joining me for this RPG playthrough. If you weren't here at the start, I am Traben. I host a YouTube channel that is a booktube channel. I try to run board games and pen and paper RPGs that are book themed, and so that is why we're focusing on this. Check out my channel if you're interested in looking at book reviews or haul videos. I did a manga tournament, so check it out. I'd really appreciate it. I always say that I hope your reading journey is going well, and until the next one, take care.